Hey, what's up guys? This is going to be my updated review and report on the Smith Wesson M&P. This is the newest version that comes standard with the flat trigger, the optics cut, and the suppressor height sights. I did do an initial review of this pistol, but since then I've had a lot more experience with it and I've shot a lot more rounds downrange, done a lot of training, various work from concealment outside the waistband, and a lot of dry firing too. So now I can give you a more accurate review and a better opinion on the pistol. I ran a variety of ammunition through it, 115 and 124 grain full metal jacket, as well as 115 grain, 124 grain, and 147 grain jacket of hollow points, which were Sig V crowns, Federal HST, and Spirit gold dots. Although the most of my training was done with 9mm 124 grain NATO ammunition, because that's my preferred training round and preferred round to break in a new pistol with, just because it's a hotter ammunition. So it is better if there is a break-in period depending on which pistol you have. And I like to train with hotter ammunition just because it's closer in recoil and zero to the ammunition I carry with. But it's ate all the ammunition that I fed it. Most of my training was done outside in the desert where it's sandy and windy, and sand, dirt, and debris do get inside the pistol and inside the magazines when you drop them on the ground. But I've absolutely had no problems with this whatsoever. It's even with hotter ammo, it's a very flat shooter as long as you're doing your part and applying proper fundamentals. And the trigger is great too. I did do a video about the grit in the trigger that some people were experiencing and how I remedied that issue. If you want to see a more detailed video and see the process so you can see exactly how I did that, I will make another video. But since this gun is such a flat shooter and has such a great trigger, you can shoot this gun very fast and very accurate. Since I've done the trigger job on it and stoned it and polished it, the trigger is very, very smooth. So pre-travel is very smooth and light. Then you get to a firm wall and you can break right through that without any problem. Then when you get back to the reset, as soon as you hear that click, you know you're right back on that wall, can break right through it again. So it is a very good shooter. It's easy to be accurate with this pistol. I was able to get a 1-inch group at 10 yards, standing up, not at rest, but I was just taking some slow and careful shots, and I was able to get a 1-inch group at 10 yards, which is nice. So the gun is definitely accurate as long as you are. Other than that, I know some people had some concerns and some issues with the plastic optic plate. I have not experienced any issues. Mine is still in one piece and it's held zero the entire time. But I will probably get an aluminum optic plate just in case I want to carry it, because I haven't carried this pistol yet. And I want to fill up this space right here, just because there is a little bit of a gap between the front of the optic cut and the optic itself. The texture is very nice on this, especially since where I live it can get upwards of 110 degrees. So if you're sweating and shooting this, it has better texture and you can easily grip the pistol, which is definitely nice. The serrations are pretty good too, so they're easy to manipulate, or the front if you want to do that. The controls are nice too. I really like the mag button. It's a little bit smaller than a Glock Gen 4 or Gen 5 mag button, but the shape of it just matches up with your thumb very nice, and it's very easy to push that in. And as soon as you push that button in, it just spits the magazine right out, which is nice. And they do have metal magazines, which definitely helps with a smoother mag ejection and a faster magazine ejection. It has sort of an extended slide stop or slide release depending on what your philosophy is. So if you're going to do a reload and your slide is locked back and you use it as a release, it's very easy just to push the mag in and just slam it forward right away, pushing down on the the slide release or slide stop, depending on whatever you call it. Or if you want to go over the top, that's no problem, because they got good serrations too. Some guns, I don't know, just the optic up there, it can be a little bit like weird or awkward to use the rear of the slide, but this one is pretty nice, so I do like this. The ergonomics are good. If I can change anything about this pistol, I would change two things. These are dummy rounds, by the way. I would change two things. I would want a higher undercut right here, maybe even a double undercut, just because this is a compact pistol and I do have large hands, and when I'm gripping it as high as possible, my pinky does hang off a little bit. When the magazine is in there and the base plate's in there, it's like barely on there, but I would like a higher undercut, even a double undercut, and I would get rid of this little chamber indication hole so you can look in there to see if you have a round in there. I would do away with that just because after you've shot a couple hundred rounds, your lens of your optic will start to get dirty. So I would do away with that as well, and probably just, you know, fix the optic plate issue so there isn't a gap right here with the RMR. But other than that, that's about all I would change. This is a perfectly good pistol. I have no problems if I had to carry this. I haven't started carrying it yet, but I'd have no problems carrying this pistol. It's definitely capable, and I do trust it now that I've fired a lot of rounds through it. Probably definitely over 1,000 now, and that's, you know, over the last couple weeks. So I do really like it. It's performed very well. If I was looking for an optics ready pistol, it would be between this, the Walther PDP, and the Glock MOS. I've had experience with all three of those pistols, as well as others, but those are about the same price, and those would be the three that I would choose from. You would do well by getting either one of those. Just, you know, pick out from those three, and you will be perfectly fine and perfectly happy, because all three of those pistols are very reliable, and they're all very good shooters. Other than that, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment, subscribe, like, etc., and that'll be it. See you guys in the next video.